we just came around the corner and this guy was just standing by the road. It scared the crap out of me. I wasn't expecting that. So we ducked in the trees here to watch him for a minute. He doesn't seem to be super concerned, but he's probably only about 30 yards. So we're just gonna let him mosey on by while we stand behind this tree. Okay.
Good morning.
Day 2, we are at French Creek Horse Camp. We're about to head out. We've already hiked 2 miles this morning. So the creek is high. We're a little concerned about the crossings. We'll just see how it goes. We need to do about another 6 to 6.5 miles to get to Legion Lake. And I'm wearing the door cap today because I got sunburned. Yes, not good.
It's warm today. There's
and
lots
it's
of
warm,
sunshine.
yeah. So, stupid Gilligan hat for me. Trisha's all outfitted with her sunglasses.
Always.
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 All right, we'll see how the creek crossings go. We'll let you know. Okay, here we are at our first crossing of French Creek. The trail comes down right here, and actually there's quite a little creek flowing into French Creek. It's from all the water and from all the snow melt and rain in the last week. And that's the trail on the other side. So we're gonna make a plan. We might cross right there or up here maybe. We don't know yet. Okay, we've decided not to try to cross French Creek. Every spot we looked at and, tentatively stuck our poles in was gonna be, don't you think, at least waist deep, maybe chest deep.
It's deep. And you can't, it's muddy. You can't see the bottom. I don't want my camera wet. I'm
It's
kind of
fast.
particular.
Well, she has very nice camera equipment that we don't want to risk. Plus, obviously, we don't want to risk our safety. And, I'm a beginner hiker. We both are kind of novices, and I don't feel that confident. And, when you look down at the water and you start feeling a little dizzy,
Yeah.
I just don't think it's worth it. If I can come back and pick up this section at the end, in a couple of weeks when I'm done with my hike, if I come back and fill this in, that's great. And if not, then not. I mean, that's just the year that it is. And they had a foot of snow a week ago. And then a lot of rain.
Inches of rain this
Yeah,
week,
like 2 inches of rain this week. We just don't feel that it's safe. So.
And it's a narrow section. It's not like we can keep walking upstream because there's some very steep rocky hills. So if it were shallow or upstream, we couldn't get over the rocks because we're not mountain goats.
So yeah, French Creek is moving, and the thing is it doesn't look like that much here, but if you stick your pole out in there, I have my poles set at about 46 inches, and it was up to here, just right close to the bank. So that's gonna be at least waist deep and fast, and I'm just not that confident in my own balance and ability. And the problem is, if we go up here and try to find a slower place to cross, then we can't really hike this up and around down to where the trail picks up about another mile down that way. Like, we have no way to get up this ridge to connect with the trail down there. So we're choosing to opt out and be safe. So we're gonna have Will pick us up, and then we're gonna go back to the camper, regroup, put on our full gear packs, and then, because we're on our own for 4 or 5 days now, and Will's gonna go home, and he got us started with the camper, and we super appreciate being able to slack pack for a couple of days. But now we're gonna gear up and camp
Suck it up and move on.
and do it. Right. So now we'll be starting, after our little regroup with our gear swap, we'll be starting at Legion Lake Campground and going forward from there. So we're gonna skip this 6 miles or so because of the river. Well, creek that's now a river.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We've had a gear change. We have the big packs on now, and we're all self-sufficient.
We think. We hope.
Well, that's the plan. We are. All right, so we've got about 7 miles, maybe some change, until camp tonight. So here we go.
We're off.
Definitely out of breath, but we just came up that draw, and I'm you know, about 40 pounds overweight with a 40-pound pack, and 6 days worth of food, 4 liters of water. So yeah, it's hard, but Turtle is slow and steady. Okay, we have wet feet. This is our trail. It's pretty damp, but you know what? We brought extra socks. It'll be fine. This sign says we have 6 miles to Iron Creek Horse Camp. This is kind of our little junction. We're at the junction here. We came down this draw between that saddle right there is where we just came from. And then this carries on down that drainage to the highway, towards Legion Lake Lodge. But yeah, you can see little rivulets. Is that a word? So yeah, it's damp. Okay, we're at Iron Creek Horse Camp, and we've just had our travel explosion where we've kind of like spread out all our stuff, and it's our first night on, you know, like self-sufficient, where we're not with the family at the camper. So we're like comparing the food that we brought. A lot of it's fantastic though, because it's homemade. So let's check it out. Okay, Trisha's gonna give us the tour of her pantry, her backpackers.
Which is a little bit
Well,
repetitive.
yeah, but it's yummy.
So,
Okay, show us what you've got here.
okay, breakfast, I have, whoops, a sock.
Okay.
Oatmeal, craisins, I have brown sugar and powdered milk in there because I like my oatmeal with milk.
Right.
And then add 3/4 cup of water, it says. We will see how it turns
We'll
out.
see how that works out.
But I have practiced a little. So I have some breakfasts like that. This one's kind of been mushed.
And this is just like you
mushed
just
in the
did,
bag.
like instant Quaker oats. I mean, it's
I
not
did the 1 minute cooking oats. 1 minute, the quick cook oats.
Right. So it's not like the packets that
No.
are full of sugar.
No, and I added my own sprinkle sugar.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Breakfast. Pop-Tart
Pop-Tarts.
for a quick, some Quaker well-mushed
Cereal
apple
bar.
cinnamon cereal bar in case we didn't have water or whatever. Okay, snacks. You got to have snacks.
Oh,
so
we have lots of snacks between us. We're like snack queens.
got
Okay,
the-
Pro Bar Energy Bites.
These are really yummy.
Okay, those are yummy.
And then
yeah.
of course these for my chocolate fix.
Yeah. Oh,
Those
those are good.
And they're big. They're almost a bit much.
20
but-
grams mint protein. Okay.
Okay, then these
Oh.
are dehydrated
Yogurt
freeze-dried
drops.
yogurt drops that I made. Our extension office has a freeze dryer, so I took them up there and they put them on the little squirt, squirt, squirt,
On the Harvest Right freeze dryer trays.
and
Yeah.
they set the timer and called me when they were done. So they're pretty good.
Yeah, so it's freeze dried yogurt, and then you did fruit.
I did fruit.
Freeze-dried
So
fruit.
this was just frozen fruit, and then I did so it's a medley: strawberries, blueberries, pomegranates, raspberries,
Yeah, that looks good.
and that's freeze dried.
yeah.
To go with that, of course, my hot drinks if I get cold. I'm not really a hot
Tea,
drink.
hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate,
Yeah.
just in case.
Okay, show us your other homemade dinners.
Lasagna.
Okay, also freeze dried at the county extension office.
Yeah, so I just I'd made some lasagna at home, and then I cut up what I thought was a serving size, and I cut it out, and then I cut it again into quarters, so it freeze dries, so you have more of a ice cube tray size. And it turned out okay. They said it freeze dried fine up there. So I have several of those. And then I did vegetables. I was making stew at home, so I cooked them previously, and then I scooped them out
So
of
you
my
have freeze
soup.
dried
So they're flavored
veggies.
like stew, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's homemade freeze dried veggies. That's awesome.
Potatoes.
Yeah.
Beans, carrots,
Cool.
and then when they were in a little, they sealed it like this, like Jana's, for me.
Right.
But then when I was divvying it up, since it's only a week, I snipped them up so they're in serving size, and this was already in there, so I just threw it in with one.
Cool.
So I have a couple of those, and then of course you got to go with the trail mix.
More trail mix. We
And
make our
more.
own trail mix though. That's like stuff that you like that you put together. It's not like, yeah, you only pick what you wanted and you put
Yeah.
it in there.
Yeah, I just
So
stirred up.
you've got sunflower seeds, peanuts,
Apparently all the sunflower seeds are in that one.
M&Ms, raisins, chocolate chips.
Craisins, they're raisins.
Craisins.
Blueberry infused.
Ooh,
I'm
blueberry
picky.
craisins.
So anyway, it's sometimes a little melty, but it still tastes
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
And then this fits in my pack easy enough in the handy spot. And then when I'm ready, I'll divvy this up and you reuse I'm a reuser on that.
Yep, reuse the Ziplocs. And you got ramen for extra.
Ramen, you know,
just in case, because you know we
if
gotta
it's
have
cold,
food.
I might want soup.
And this.
That's potatoes, but it's actually
So they're dehydrated potato flakes that you bought a big box of.
No, I just bought individual packs at Safeway. So they come like this and various,
Oh.
and then I divvied those up so they're ready.
Right, because this is more than one serving size.
Yeah, so this is a loaded mashed potato. It tells me based on the instructions
Right.
here.
Okay.
And so when I eat this, then if I want the garlic mashed potatoes, I can swap it out. And that's about it. Oh, we got to have the Zip Fizz. We're all about the
Zip Fizz.
B vitamin Zip Fizz.
B vitamin Zip Fizz. Awesome.
That's about it. There's some salmon for a quick lunch if we're on the trail, just whip it open.
Okay.
I already ate the crackers, so it's salmon without crackers.
Well, yeah, but you have a tortilla, or I have a tortilla.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, and then you got a skillet in there, maybe.
Yes, this was just,
So that's like the only...
Panic, I was out of food, but I'm really not. So that's a Mountain House.
So that's really the only...
I've never had them.
Commercially one that we have.
Minus the potatoes, but...
Oh, right.
Yeah,
cool.
I've never had these, so I wanted to try it.
Yeah, cool.
We'll see.
All right.
If I'm starving some morning, I'm really not hungry, which they say you don't really get hungry.
Not till the hiker hunger kicks in, but I think that happens after a couple of weeks on a long trail. I mean, I don't think we'll be out here long enough really to have hiker hunger kick in. I don't know. Okay, so I did things kind of similarly, but a little different. Of course, I have all the snacks, but I also decided I wanted to try these green belly meals. I mean, those we've tried a couple of those. Those are really good, and they're like 600 calories, and you can split them in half, and this is resealable. So we tried one of these this morning, and it was yummy. This is the peanut apricot. That was super good. This is another favorite. We tried this yesterday, day before, cranberry almond. That's a yummy one too. Good. So and then I have several of these Pro bars. I probably have more than I need, and they're heavy, but you know, I guess I'm afraid of running out of food. Those are really good. These are home dehydrated peaches.
Oh, so yummy.
These are sweet. There's no sugar added, but it feels like you're eating candy. I mean, these are... So I've got all my drink mix packet, my Gatorade. Obviously, Trisha got me stuck on the Zip Fizz. I got my trail mix that I made myself with cashews and M&Ms and almond M&Ms, dried pineapple. I have raisins, craisins, a bunch of stuff in there. Candy bars. Oh, and then someone else suggested these are like caffeinated jelly bellies. That's kind of ridiculous, but I wanted to try it. I have in here, okay, let's go here. So I've got 2 tortillas here. This is a home dehydrated, not freeze-dried, but just regular dehydrated mixture of homemade refried beans and rice. And so then I'll just add boiling water and let it sit for about 10 minutes and it rehydrates. And then I've got myself a bean and cheese burrito because I brought my cheddar. I have to have my cheese. So I brought that. Okay, then these are like shepherd's pie. So this is home. Looks nasty, but it's really good. Home dehydrated hamburger that was rinsed and drained to get all the fat off and then dehydrated. And then I have freeze-dried vegetable mix that I just bought off Amazon, and then I followed the directions and measured out a half a cup. And then just potatoes, dehydrated potatoes. So this is like a ready-to-go shepherd's pie. And then I have homemade dehydrated chicken. This was actually, well, what I read about...
Looks like the onions that you put on top of the chicken casserole.
It does. What I read about dehydrating chicken, though, is that what I read about in this book I got from the library that's dehydrating, it's called the Dehydrator's Bible or something, is that chicken doesn't work very well if you were to just crock pot chicken and then try to rehydrate it, but this is canned chicken. So I canned chicken, white meat only, and then I drained it. So it was canned, like a 5-ounce can from the store, and I shredded it up. You know, I mean, I drained it really well. I shredded it on the trays and then dehydrated it overnight, and it worked just great. So I'm going to have this with this, just this rice side. It's just, you know, chicken flavored fried rice, but I'll have real chicken in mine. And this is 2 servings, so Trisha will probably have to eat some. We'll see. And then I've got my oatmeal mixes as well. Like this one has some freeze-dried apples and craisins and...
Did you put powdered milk in yours?
No.
Okay.
But that's all right.
No, I just curious.
Yeah. And so I have a couple of these, and then this was just... I had this set up for kind of a breakfast-lunch combo. This is a breakfast burrito. Again, I took eggs, scrambled eggs, add bacon bits, and a little shredded cheese, and I took it up to the dehydrator, or at the freeze dryer at the county extension office also. and did that in serving size. And so then I'll have my cheese with my breakfast burrito. And then I've had this ranch tuna creation before. So there's two tortillas in here. So that's kind of a breakfast and lunch combo there. So, and then I don't think we're going to die. I mean, I think we have plenty of food. This was only supposed to be like, I don't know, 3.5 days.
And the great debate is who's cooking dinner so we can lighten our own packs.
I'm like, let's eat my food. No, let's eat my food so that our packs are lighter. So that's it for my selections. So we have quite the smorgasbord. We have a buffet. Now we're like, well, what are we having for dinner?
And the jet boil back there.
Oh, yeah. And I'm packing the jet boil. And I know clearly we are not ultralight backpackers, so I don't even want to hear it in the comments.
We're newbies. We're still learning how to be.
But you do what works
light.
for you. Like, I want to be comfortable, but I love the jet boil because we can like right away do 2 cups, 2 cups, 2 cups. I mean, we can do that over and over and feed us both. And I'm willing to pack it. And I have partial fuel. Trisha's got the other fuel can, so we'll be fine. So we're all set. Here's my bean and rice and cheese trail burrito. I'm pretty happy about it. I know it looks disgusting, but it tastes really good, and it was homemade, so I'm happy. All right, now we're planning well, we know our route tomorrow, but we're trying to determine the mileage. There's been some pretty serious discrepancies, right?
Yeah, we have. This one's not as bad. 9.3, 8.9. I don't know where I'm at. 9.2. It's going to be around 9 miles.
Right. Probably tomorrow till our next camp. So not quite as long as today or yesterday.